Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly in Vegas. You guys can give me a follow on Twitter, of course. And I'm joined by Derek Wilkinson at Derek 2 Square. We had him create a Twitter just because you got to have a Twitter.
Finally, I'm way behind this.
Listen, you got to have a Twitter. He is one of the sportsbook, race and sportsbook managers over at Superbook USA. That is the Westgate Superbook here in Las Vegas. But they're going Superbook USA because you guys are about to be national. Yes, exciting news for all of my favorite guys. And this is their props book. I'm going to call it a book.
It's decent, yeah.
It's huge, and it's really overwhelming. So Derek's going to help me break it down here a little bit. Let's start off. What went into making this?
So every year, about 3 to 4 weeks prior to the big game, just around the office, just sitting in the control room back there, we'll kind of spitball ideas and stuff. I got to give most of the credit to, I call them the Oracle. So you've got Ed, Jeff, Randy, and John. Hollywood John Murray.
Hollywood, I love it.
So every year for 2 days, I mean from 8 a.m. all the way till 8 p.m. sometimes at night, they will bang these things out, going over stats all day at Ed's house.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you have a whole bunch of props over here, so I'm going to let you dissect some of that. You said these are some of the bets the public has been trying to make, and specifically, they've been hammering Gronk bets, which is crazy to me because I feel like Gronk's been almost non-existent for a better part of the season.
I agree. Honestly, I think it was the one play at the end of the game, that catch, and the crowd went crazy in the book, and sure enough, as soon as we open them up, they're just, oh, Gronk's back. They're all over it, the public, for sure. I'm not so much.
No, I'm not either. I don't think he's going to score a touchdown. I don't think he's going to have, I think it's 6.5 catches or something the last I saw. So tell me some of the props that you guys are seeing some really quote-unquote public action on, maybe something I can fade.
You know, with the public, the trend is always take the overs, take the yes, because they love action, they want scoring. So almost all these popular bets, and this is every year, they want the yeses and they want the overs. Couple of ones that stood out. They've been parlaying some of them. We do have one page of our props that you can parlay.
That's right, you're allowed to parlay. I forget that.
Right. So we've got Will New England and LA both make 33-plus yard field goals. Yes.
Goskowski's airline. I think I could kind of see that one.
Right. And, you know, not a bad bet. Shortest touchdown over 1.5 yards. Longest field goal. They kind of stick to the less technical side, so not as much with yardage, things like that necessarily per player. Will there be a safety is always a huge one. Yeah,
and then we've seen you guys and other books in town get absolutely crushed on that one. So you guys have really lowered the plus money on that one.
Yeah, you know, we've tried to stay somewhat honest with it, but the public just comes in and hammers it so much.
Well, it hit however many Super Bowls there in a row, and especially the first score there. I remember being at the Westgate watching that game, and Jay was not happy after that one right out of the gate.
Between that, will there be a safety, and safety first score of the game, immediately we were down well into the 6 figures during that time.
That's absolutely insane. Okay, any tips you have for the recreational bettor on kind of trying to make sense of this whole thing?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's even a lot for me, and I work with them every day. It's just overwhelming. Stick to the stuff you know. I like the fun bets. Also, if you hear everybody talking about one particular bet, take the other side they're taking. You're going to get a better price. Also, the public tends to be wrong a little bit more than the sharp side. So if you hear all the squares, like myself, talking about a particular prop, jump on the other side of that.
All right, so we mentioned the safety, and it absolutely crushed the books a couple of years ago. This year, what is a prop that if it hits, Jay Cornegay is going to not be a very happy man?
Yeah, you know, it's early yet. We haven't seen a lot of the public come in, but one I was taking a look at last night was, will there be a 2-point conversion? We actually opened that, I believe, plus 145. We're down to plus 105. But surprisingly, we got a lot of public bets on that. I don't know why, because traditionally that's really not one of the more common ones. But we have seen a lot of action on the yes for that. So right now we would take a loss on that for sure.
Definitely. Maybe I'll come in and bet the no. All right, great stuff from Derek. Make sure you guys head over to the Westgate Superbook next time you're in town. Follow them on Twitter at Superbook USA. Follow Derek on Twitter at Derek 2 Square.